Alright, just finishing. Alright. Now I think we got that set up. Alright. So basically we're gonna be building something like that, but I would just wanna actually get a good design on this and wanna set up a couple things so that um I can build a good farm here. So it's gonna be bone meal and bones. Start off toggle approach, bone meal. I should like do something with that so I can bones. Okay, we'll use this in a minute. We're gonna get. I think I can use a bundle. Use a black bundle. That's an insane technique. I can't lie. That's all right. These will be here for now. This will just be our base of operations for the time being. Let me get my chat open. Um, all right. So this is just going to be our little spot where we have our basic items, and here is just going to be the chest for when we get to it. I usually like to make out of smooth stone because I think that looks the cleanest, at least for the base. So this isn't necessarily a new design for me, but in general, this is a newer design. I've been procrastinating on making a video on this, so I'm just gonna do it now. But basically, we're gonna start off with. I also don't need my. I'll leave it on. So we start off with going by. Let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we go four in one direction. This will be the a single um, model, I guess. Because what we want to do is we want to have an observer here, where the observer is the the eyes are receiving the redstone input, which is here, and the redstone input will go through the back of this observer into this block here, which will go into that crafter, and that crafter will be right there. And when the hoppers will be faced into this, if that makes sense. It's pretty simple. Um, but we'll get to that in a second. I actually want to get my uh whatever it's called. I want to get a hopper for why didn't I just do it like this? What am I doing? Want to get a hopper for bones. That's not what I meant to do. There we go. There we go. See, if only I could remember how to do stuff would be so helpful. Okay. Bone meal, bones. That did not look full well. Okay, it's full. And now we can throw those in there as well. So I'll have those in the back. Okay. Now that's all set up. Basically, what you want to do is just repeat this to go down 8 times. So if it makes it simpler, just go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then once you're at that 8 mark, then you just want to fill in this space with smooth stone. and then repeat the process where you put these hop or the observers there, place down the smooth stone, and for this one we'll do it like that. From here, what you want to do is you want to repeat this design right here on the other side. 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go 4 back. Um, just thinking about how you just and then fill it in. Do the same thing. Observers, you do 1 block away from you, so leave a 1 block gap. Go 2 or 1 out, and place the smooth stone. Place the crafters. Let's turn out some of that. Actually, I guess I don't need. I'll just have whatever on. Anyways, so this is the starting point, and this is one section. But what you want to do from here is you want to get some glass. I'll use white stained glass because I generally like to do that the most. And then I like to build an arch. And your goal here is to make it so that you can have a layer of crafters at this top row right here and go across. So you want to go, how many is it? 3, 6 high, and then place down 2 glass there, and then you want to place the observers, and then wait, that's too high. Oops, my bad. How is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to go 5 high. Place 2 crafters, 2 observers, observers, crafters, observers, crafters, and you repeat. This is a pretty compact design that I recently discovered. Now I don't know how efficient this is, but this seems to work a lot better with my experiences. I've used farms that have this as the base for quite some time now, and they work pretty well. What I would do from here then, depending on which side you want to have as your input and your output, you can cover or whatever the side that you're going to use the um, with glass. So because it's all over here, we're going to use this as the back. So we're going to cover this up. And now the real fun part, I haven't figured out what to do with this bottom layer yet, but you'll take your blue ice and then you just fill it in here. So there should be 8 on both sides, so 16 total. And obviously you'll need a water bucket down there. I just didn't. Why? Bro, what are these spawn egg designs? That's an Eye of Ender, Mellow. What are we doing, bro? Uh, you guys didn't see that. Forgot that I'm using a resource pack. Okay, so you place down the water, and you'll see that it flows perfectly to the edge right here, which is why we have the 8 across. Now if I were you, I'm gonna use glowstone because that's like the easiest thing to get on donutsmp. But I would put 2 glowstone there. You can really put them anywhere as long as they're lighting up the area. You don't have to fill in those corners for the glass. And obviously this bottom here is just empty. I am gonna leave that open just because there's no point in me filling it in. And then I'm gonna use glow lichen for the sides so that the water flow won't meet in the middle and force the flow to have issues when moving. So from here on out, we'll just do this small design right here. We'll grab that, that, grab all of them. Let me, I can actually, I mean, I could see which ones are which, but Oh, that coordinates thing is not helpful. Alright, so for this one, we're just going to use this one as the bone block crafter, as right now I haven't set it up so that these crafters are disabled, but these will be the bone block crafters, so what just means we'll need the bone meal hoppers, and then we'll siphon them like this. So if you look, the top one, the top two will go into this crafter right here. The rates are really slow. And this bottom hopper will go into this crafter right here. You repeat that for all 16. And yes, remember, there's 16 crafters here because there's 8 on this bottom row right here, and then 8 on this top row right here, and it's mirrored on the other side. So you have 32 crafters total for, I call these stations, or you can call them a model, whatever you like to call them, or a module. So now that these are full, what we can do next is we can place chests, which will receive the items. I would personally do chests just because it expands your storage. It means that you can run this for a longer period of time. Make sure that you are using uh, bone meal for this bottom layer. But yeah, you can see my mods allow me to see inside the whatchamacallit. So now I will do this. Now, depending on how many of these you want to make, will change like how many chests you will have. So let's say that you want to go for length of time. Let's say you want to go for length of time as opposed to like efficiency, then you would add more chests. So the more chests that you have, the longer it'll take to go through the items, and you can AFK this for longer. But let's say that you don't want to be able to AFK this for a long time, you would make more of these. You just got to remember that the more of these that you make is the more lag you're going to create for yourself. So for this design, we're just going to go with the more storage, so it will take a longer time to get through, but it will be worth it. But that's also why we have all these chests at max capacity here. Now, you can, as far as this system here goes, where like the hoppers go and whatnot go, we'll get to the wiring in a minute, but you can stack this right next to this, and the hoppers will be unaffected by the redstone that goes through here. I've designed it in a way that, yeah, and the because the redstone dust won't be directly facing into the chests, it shouldn't be an issue. So I think 2 rows is going to be enough. I mean, that's, what is it? This is 3,456 items or whatever. And if there's 3,456 times 16 is what is that? 10, 30. It's like 40. I think it's about 51,000, give or take a couple. So 51,000 items. I'm probably off. But yeah, it's around 50 to 51,000, and that's just for one side. If you repeat it for the other side, it's going to be even more. So we'll repeat. We'll do so the bone meal will go into this. The one hopper goes in the bottom, and the 2 go into the top. And repeat the same design, or at least the same general idea, from the other side. I really need to disable that mod, whatever mod that is. It needs to, like, it's getting kind of annoying. I mean, it's nice, but it's annoying. Alright. So now we have both of these set up. So now you may say, Mello, what's next? How do I make sure that there's a system that can receive this? So what you do next from here is you go to the side of these chests and you place a hopper down facing into it. You place two hoppers down facing into it on both sides. Now, some people may not like how wide this is. You can alternatively put these hoppers on top, but I like to put them on the sides, um, because verticality is not really. I'd rather have more horizontalness to my build than verticality. And believe it or not, apart from the redstone, this is basically just the base of the whole thing. Like this is insane. We'll do one of these. So this is 32 crafters, and then I'll add a one for just bones to bone meal as well. If you guys aren't sure, this is just a bone meal farm basically, bone block farm, whatever you want to call it. We can't actually do we won't do the redstone until after. Oh, I need actually wait for it. How was it getting crafted? Wait, why was that getting crafted? Okay. Anyways, we'll do the storage last. But what we'll do for now is you're gonna want to put glass on the side of these. And yes, I'll do the other sides in a second. You want to do glass on these sides so that you can keep the water in here. Now, I know some people have like a specific method for how they cycle water. I'm just gonna do a simple design here. You can go around like this, since there's only one model. And what this allows for us to do is just have items cycle infinitely and never run out. Alright, so now what we can do, place some glow lichen. Do I have any regular chests that aren't? Do that. You want to place the glow lichen one before it uh, reaches the end of the water distance so that the items will keep flowing. You want to place glow lichen there before you go into this corner. This will allow for the items to continuously flow and not have issues when flowing. I've had it in the past where items will not flow all the way if they are if they get caught up on the what is it, 1 pixel of water or whatever, so it's good to have at least 2 pixels. So this is the base for this. This will allow for the bone meal that gets crafted from the other crafter to get there. We'll since I want to do the redstone, um you know what? No, let's just do the other crafter. All right, now I'm gonna do the same thing. This is the design on top is literally the same. The only difference is that you just gotta change what you do with your crafters. So modeling this, depending on how much space you want to give yourself, you just gotta remember that you gotta be able to move around under there. So starting from here, go out 4, do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, and then fill this in. For building to the other side, so I know there's a gap. 2 there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Maybe if I can build 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4. Then if I can build 2, 3, 8, fill this in again. And now we're back to this spot. Now because we want to be able to see, and because we want to know that there's where the median is between the two spots, we have the glowstone in the middle. But from here, you just want to follow the same setup. Um, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 observers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 smooth stone. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 crafters. Repeat the same thing on the other side. Place down 8 observers, 8 smooth stone, or building block of your choice, and then 8 crafters. Now, the difference with this, let me make sure I know which side I'm. Okay, if the output is from this side, let me make sure I have something so I remember it's this side. Just need to remember that the output is from this side. Okay. So for this one, the major difference, I would add something to walk around with for this. You can do whatever you want. I'm actually going to use white concrete just for the edges. You don't have to use white concrete. You can use whatever you'd like. And this will just allow you to get around and do what you need to do. And then okay, from this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You gotta remember that you gotta be able to have those observers and crafters on top. Place those down. Observers. Did I do 16? Wait, am I tripping? I am tripping. Bro, what? Okay. Anyways. Um, wait, did I do it wrong on the bottom then? No. That's so weird. This trips me out sometimes. But you repeat the same process here. Now, if I was smart, I would. Yeah, here's what I'm gonna do. So what you want to do now is you just want to select 8 of the 9 slots and disable most of them. What I'm gonna do here is I just copy the NBT data. So now I can just do that. I can just redo all the crafters that I just placed down. And all these crafters now have 1 item slot available for bones. And you only want one because of the fact that since you're intaking bones, and you don't want to be intaking anything else, well, yeah. Yes, I know I'm like replacing all the ones I just put down. Okay. Okay. Now all of them should be whatever. Now, this normally takes a really long time and is really annoying to do, which is why I'm just copying the NBT data, because no one wants to sit here and just watch that. What we'll do for this now, we're actually going to break that right there. We're going to cover this side up. And we're going to place our water in a second. Now, I probably would do the water first because it gets pretty laggy on donutsmp for some reason. I've had a lot of latency issues with donutsmp recently. So, I'm kind of trying to do water is kind of, yeah. Their anti-cheat system is pretty interesting. Clearly it works sometimes. Excuse me. Anyways, place your water down. I'll do the glow like in there as well. It doesn't really matter. The flow should be fast enough that they should be able to get down there. should be able to flow into there fine. If you want to, just to make sure items don't fly out somehow, you can put glass right there. I like to do a full box because with continuity, it just makes glass look so much cleaner. Alright, now, what this does is, let's also make sure we have this lined up. I would say save glass if you can. Like, some corners look nice, but you don't need to use an exuberant amount of glass for this. But anyways, what this will do is this will allow for the bone meal that gets crafted to drop down directly into the system here and then flow in here. You'll see that later, just how that works and why it works so well. Um, for now, what we're going to do is we're going to do our bones. So we're going to follow the same design where we do 2 hoppers for the top and 1 hopper for the bottom. 2, 1, 2, and then we follow this. Now, one of the things I should mention is that when designing this, you ideally want to have a system that has 3 crafters crafting bone meal for every 1 crafter that crafts bone blocks. And the reason why that is because 3 bones is equal to 1 bone block, because, 1 bone makes 1 bone meal, 3 bone, or 9 bone meal makes 1 bone block, which is why I say you should have a 3-to-1 ratio. Now, you don't necessarily need to have that, but you'll see that if this was to be running on empty and I didn't already fill all of the chests, the crafters would run out of items super fast. Alright, now we're going to follow a similar pattern to what we did down below. You can see we've got bones in this chest right here. And we're just going to place them like so. Remember, for this layer, we're going to do 1 hopper, because this is for the storage system still. We're not adding the flowing system where the items can, I guess, overflow, if you want to call it that. But, like, where you can insert the items. Alright, so that's done now. Now we do this. I normally like to place these backwards, but I'm just doing them forwards. Alright, now we repeat the same thing where we do the 2 hoppers outside. This is for our system where the water will flow through. Now, some people might not like this design. There's probably better designs out there, but I've found that this design works fairly well. I've been using it for a while. It's made me hundreds of millions. Just from the amount of bones that we put in. Once I'm done building this, I'll do each one as a schematic, and then we'll do some math on uh, how much storage this takes up versus what the input or output is. I need to have my items all close together, because should mention you can use whatever glass you want or whatever block you want, but I would definitely at a minimum suggest using glass just to make sure you can see that all of your items are flowing through, and that you're not having issues with them. Also, I should mention that it is uh, much more valuable to build this with, or to supply this with bones from spawners than it is to supply it with bones from orders. Um, I did a test on donutsmp. I just don't have a recording of it, and in the test, I spent like 2 to 300 million on bones or something, or like 500 million on bones, and my profit was only like 20 million. But when I AFK'd the bones for myself, I would make like 150 to 2 or 300 million. So I would definitely say it's much more worth AFKing your spawners as opposed to trying to do whatever bone blocks or bones from orders. So, all right, so that's all set up now. We just need to do a couple more things. First, we need to do the storage. We're gonna do the redstone last because the system is full. I mean, I could pause the system, but where's the fun in that? I could pause the game, but where's the fun in that? So, just a reminder, this top side is for crafting bone meal, and the bottom one is for crafting bone blocks. All right. So now what we'll do, I'm just gonna break that for now, because again, we want this to be as compact as possible. We are going to, how do I want to do this? Um, where's the shelter though? I don't think, wait, did I do? I need to update my schematic. I need a better one. I don't know. Anyways, let's skip that. I am gonna paste it. Well, I'll build this first one, but after that, I'm gonna just use the schematic. Um, see how I want to do this. Because I have. That's weird. Um, actually, think, yeah. So the idea right now, um, I'm contemplating. Hold on. I was thinking about having some, like the shulker loaders be facing in, and then uh, what you do is just have like the items flow in a specific way, but that might be annoying. I don't know. I've never actually. Oh, we'll try it. I think then that needs to go one more over. I'll try something different. I don't normally, but, um, because what I need to do for something else, so here, I'll do this. So with this, you're gonna be following a similar system to dropping the shulker shells. I don't have a dropper. But once you make this, the the full shulkers will go into this dropper right here, and they'll get dropped off into a system that will, it'll just flow. Um, it'll make sense in a minute. But for now. Let me think. System processing. Can I wait? I can copy it. Yep. Okay. Bruh. This is Spencer. What I like to do for these is I like to do that. Okay. I love Light Manica. Now this gets really frustrating to do when you're in survival. So if I do want to change the block here, I don't want it to be deep slate. I'll just use white concrete. Because deep slate is disgusting for this. Alright, we're gonna do shulker. We'll just do regular shulkers. Okay, bruh. No, it's updating. Alright, so that should be alright, that's kinda what I thought. I love when it doesn't update properly. Ugh. Alright. I forgot you to do that last. Anyways, what we'll do here. Actually, this might be too close. Is that too close? Yeah. I made this too close. Okay, what I'll do is I'm gonna make a schematic of this real quick, delete it, and then move it, because we need this design. So that I'll do that's just gotta make sure. Okay, just don't want to get that bottom thing in there. Okay, so now we can save this area selector. We're gonna do shulker loader with dropper because I've been needing this for forever. Save schematic. We'll put it into my machines. Can I change the icon for that? I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna unload my current schematic, and then we're gonna put the thing there. I'm gonna break this real quick, move this further back. I forgot to do the most important thing out there, which is literally just build the item elevator. Because we're gonna do, get some soul sand. Might be different for bedrock. Okay, where's my glass? Okay. Oh, actually, this might be a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be. We'll see if this works. We'll try this. The idea, and I'm guessing this is how it's going to end up being, is just that the items are going to flow through, which actually, okay. I want to put into consideration the fact that um, the items may not drop as fast as needed. I'm gonna make sure they can drop properly, and we're gonna do that. do that, and then cool. So now the items should flow. There should be no issues there. Should be able to get into the system. Actually, I do want to try it like that. I think that'll be fine. Okay, cool. We just have to make sure that not only does the redstone not get interrupted, but the items don't get interrupted when they are moving around. So chocolate on a dropper. That is such a peaks whatever. Uh, About it. Okay. So I didn't even make it a full schematic. Whoops. I love when it doesn't show my stuff either. I'll resave it in a minute. But this should be fine. Wait, is it? What is my keybind? What is my hotkey? Left shift G, bro. What? Okay. Alright. So now what we'll do. And make sure you use empty chest. Don't be a pleb like me and make this weird. So we could either make this we can make this really easy or we can make this really hard. Right now this is really hard. This is like there is no need for this level of difficulty in this build. Honestly, hold on. We're just gonna do this. Stick is gone. I love that feature. Move that over there. We're just gonna make this easier, and then we're gonna do this instead. Now, what this will allow us to do is it'll make water flows easier. Actually, we need to go one more. It'll make water flows easier. It'll make it easier for the system to receive and move up items. This is like peak. Actually, that's not peak because not mean to put button there. Okay, now it's peak. Okay. All right, now the items can go up, and now why is it not loading? All right, now we should be able to. Man, dude, this is a juicy schematic. This is like insanely big. Juicy was not the term for that. My goodness. Because this is gonna get bigger. That. So if I'm out here, I can go right there then. Okay, that should be. No, well, wait. No, I was in the right spot. It'll make sense in a second what I'm doing. Okay, alright. Now what we'll do, um, is actually break, yeah, we'll break that and put that there. Because I had a different plan to do what to do with it. Intentionally, this shouldn't break the machine or nothing. We can actually leave it like this, but what we want to do for the end is we want to update it so that the system looks like this. Two hoppers out there and then a glass there. This will allow for us to have an auto refill system for our shulkers. That'll make more sense in a minute. Let me also update this so that we can see. Okay, there's that. Is there anything else I need? Should I bring it? No. You guys can add your own designs to this. Just remember that trying to paste this into a world might be fun. I'm not gonna tell you guys how to design it, but just trying to keep it somewhat simple. So now I will let me do this. Do that, break that, and select that. And now dropper, dropper, and shulk refill. That is a very long name. Save schematic. Alright. So now move to player. Schematic placements, remove that. But now we can load this one, shulker loader with dropper and shulk refill. And now we should be able to, if I can remember how to play the game. Bam. And now we can just repeat that. I would probably do 8 of these. It'd be so sad if this didn't work. 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. You can, I would say do up to 8 in a row at a time. I low-key forgot to put glass on the other side, but it's fine. I'll fix the schematic in a minute. Because I gotta update it anyways. But you can do this. Because you know the same water principle applies where water only travels 8 blocks unless it's one of the blocks drops and it can go for technically infinite distance. But for now, this is all we have. I know y'all love technical stuff. So anyways, what we'll do from here is, because we don't want the items coming back at us, we'll lock up that side. We'll actually, yeah, why not? Let's put the water in now. Put the water in now. You can see it reaches the end, but it won't do nothing. We're gonna put that schematic all the way out there for a second because we might need it in a minute. And then we want to make sure that this is blocked off as well, because the shulker boxes can actually fly out of that. What we want to do next is we want to take our little water system here and we want to bring it up as high as this goes. What we'll do here is, and this shouldn't interfere, we'll do one on this side and we'll actually do 2 on this side. Now, if I remember correctly, I'll just do a test. Oh, see? Already taken in. Oh, I thought that. Oh. All of them got updated. That's nice. So as you can see, this redstone input does not affect these hoppers at all. It does not lock them. So we can put the 2 there. And what we can do from here is we can line it up. So put blue eyes there, make an L shape right here. And we'll follow along with the glass so that it can get lined up here. We will leave an open spot right there, and I'll explain why in a second. So do this, have a line. The hardest part to remember is that one of these sides is for the taking in bone blocks, and one of these sides is for shulkers. You can color code this if you want. I'm not going to. Um, that may be smart in the future, but right now I'm not going to. Additionally, I'm also going to save this design as a schematic, so um, I am not. I'm going to have a schematic version of just this, and then I'm going to have a schematic version of the whatever it's called, which I should have done beforehand with the system. So that if you guys want to make multiple modules, you can do that. Um, and I can do some fancy stuff. All right, actually, I meant to keep that open. All right, we'll now connect this right there, placing some glass along the wall there, and this allows us to have a reflow. I'll make it make sense in a second. So right now, is there anything else I'm missing? Okay. The shulker is obviously, actually, well, all the observers are messed up, so. Bro. See, this is the joy of the game. Um, so let's drink some. So, let me line up. What I would do here is I would get lined up against the observers, crouch, and then face down. You just gotta make sure that you're not gonna mess anything up. Alright, place down your shulkers so that they can get full. Um, what else? What else do we need? Come on, Mello. Think, 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 think. Um, okay, actually, yeah. What we're gonna do is now we're gonna add a single spot to this. I'll explain why in a second. So you can add one more row to this. This will allow for what I'd call transition spaces or buffer zones, depending on who you talk to. Um, it makes more sense when you're designing stuff. So we'll place a block right here, left click, break that, and then I should be able to go right there, be fine. That should have everything that I need in this spot. Um, those buffer zones, when they're included in the schematic, they will help you to keep things solid and they won't mess up your designs. Actually, I should extend the buffer zone because that's going to confuse someone. Okay, there we go. So with this buffer zone, now you don't need to design it exactly like this, but these buffer zones will um, allow you to edit and change or just do whatever you need to do and and allow you to just make all this easier, cleaner, simpler, whatever it is that you want to or need to do. I was just adding some lights. I want to place some blocks there, and then I'm actually gonna place two light sources there because you do want to make sure you're having light. And now I'm gonna save this again. So this is gonna be Schult LDR um 8M, which is module or what 8? Yeah, 8 module um with buffer zones. Save schematic. This is why I have so many schematics, because I mess everything up and then I remake them and I mess everything up and I remake them, and this is the joy of um making schematics and stuff. So anyhow, um we're not doing the water yet just because it's tedious. And this right here we'll do last because yeah. I'll have to I'm still messing it up. That's crazy. I keep on messing up the schematic. I just gotta delete some of these schematics, man. Alright, we'll focus on this first though. So if we get our water, bring it up here, and then we'll put a cover on it so that the items don't just shoot up. And they should flow around. Remember that you want to stay on this side because this is for the this is for the bone blocks. This is not for the shulker boxes. We just have the shulker box stuff set up. Okay. Place a glow lichen at this last 1 pixel of water. So you can see like there's 1 pixel right there. So place it right there. Place a water. Make sure you're facing the glass. Do not place the water on the hopper. Otherwise, it will ruin everything. I found that out the hard way with a lot of my designs. You can put slabs or something right here. I don't always do that, but for this case I will, because I actually have the room to. The slabs will keep the items down, prevent them from jumping out. You can do the same right there. You want to do one before. Place 2 water. Place lichen here. Place water there. Cool. Now your bones will have a sorting system that will flow infinitely. In theory, at least, like they'll keep cycling around and around. So all of your bones will do whatever it is that they need to do. Now you could, if you wanted to, make it so that your shulker loader is up higher. You could have the storage below. For this design, I'm gonna have the storage system go above, and then I'm also gonna make the whatever it's called. I can't think of the name. We're gonna have the storage system be above along with the system to activate the machine. So we're gonna follow this level right here. You can go on this if you want. Go out. You want to go to the middle of this system right here. And you want to, you're going to build out an L like this. Then you're going to build out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That should be more than enough. Build out 12 over here as well. You don't have to build this out of light stained glass. I think it's just going to look better. And then you're going to want to build out 1, 2, 3, 4. Build 4 out. You can do a design with this if you want. Just blocks, whatever you'd like. You're going to fill in all of this. You're going to do the same on the other side. So from here to, we went out 4 on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I went out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you should be lining up with this. You can fill in that space if you'd like. It's up to you. 3 there, 3 there. And then fill her in. This will be for your storage again. That'll make sense. This should be more than enough space. So you want to get lined up with the middle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have... Ooh, what should we do? Stacked? Ooh. I want to figure out how to make a system that notifies you when your storage is full. I need to search up a YouTube video on that. Let me make sure that yeah. Let me actually that should be fine. Gotta make sure we're using yeah, that should be fine. Yep. Okay. Just get an idea where this is going. Okay, let's build this first real quick. This would be the item elevator that pushes the items up. Items should flow into there fine. If you're not confident, wow. Actually, they might mess it up. They should flow fine. You know, yeah, I don't really like... Wait. Yeah, I probably should have gone a level higher, but oh well. They should reach. You shouldn't have issues. Um, Otherwise, what we can do as well. Here. Just in case, we'll have... Yes, this will work. This is only if you deem it necessary. You don't have to do this. You can have the water go around like this. And that should work as well. I think this is tedious. I think this is unnecessary. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna place that there. How do you do that quick? No, this is out of whack. What am I doing? Just go straight. It's fine. It's too much extra work trying to figure out how to line it up properly. I'm confident this will work. Says I'm confident places that one more block. Makes sense, Mellow, makes sense. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Fill this in. You'll have to fill this in with water too. But for now, this works. And believe it or not, unless you're running like an insane amount of, let's say you're running like 10,000 skellies, which if you are, you should like build a really large version of this. Then yeah, it's like you don't actually need that much storage, believe it or not. This actually should be more like if you're running just the 32 here and the 32 at the bottom, you do not need like any storage at all. It's actually insane. So, alright. So what I did there is I hooked all of the chests into their own hopper. So each double chest has one hopper that's facing into it, as you can see. And then I have hoppers that are all siphoning into the one at the end. That way, instead of just this will allow for all the items to get into all the chests as opposed to just one of the double chests. If you're concerned that your items won't, or like you want your items to flow through, you can make this as well. We'll do. Actually, I need to see where this goes. How far this goes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Finish filling this in. Put a cover on that so the items don't fly around. Yeah. So place one glow lichen before the 1 megapixel. Or whatever it's called. Do that. And then you can have it recycle into the system. By placing that there. Should be fine to just do that. Okay. You can fill this in however you'd like to. But now, all of your shulkers, your full shulkers, will go into this system, and you will not have to worry about losing any unless your space gets full. See, it goes back perfectly. And it should keep cycling. You should have no issues with that. So now that our storage is done, now we need to go to this part right here. And this part is really fun. What I would do, if you don't want to be selling your shulkers all the time, especially with this new update coming out, which I definitely wouldn't, is you can cycle them. System processing. Trying to think about how I can do this without causing issues. Because I made this really compact. I mean, it's good to have like these things compact, but it kind of messes with stuff too. I think I can break. Yep, I can. Okay. Suppose I could. You know what? We'll try something special. So have the items drop down. This is so overcomplicated. This is just so that it doesn't expand what the schematic size currently is. I love doing weird things for fun. We'll have the items drop down into here. And then follow this line. They shouldn't get stuck, I don't believe. Because we want to be able, we want to be able to have that headspace and whatnot. We don't want it to break. So we'll have the items. I think I want them to drop right here. How does that do for... I love... This is so much fun for me, because I get to test out new things. I think this will work. Cool. And then you can also... That shouldn't cause issues. You should be able to just, place that there. Yeah. Alright. So now... Actually, do I even want that? Um... Oh yeah, I can make that work. So what we'll do... Waterlogged chest there. Okay. That'll make sense in a second. Yeah, this will make sense in a minute. My brain, I don't know how to describe it, as I'm going about. Basically, but I'll try. The idea is that, the items will drop right here against these chests and drop right in the middle, and the shulkers will just flow down the middle. And then I'm going to make a system that flows into that. So what I can do is I can place blue ice there, and I can make a wall here. It doesn't have to be a specific length, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The idea is just that we are making a system for the shulkers to flow down into. What I like to do here is I like to place glass down, and then I place glow lichen. Make sure this doesn't have any issues. let's place 2 down there. You don't have to. Let me go to the one at the top. Just, did I make it too long? I did. Whoops. Alright. Place that there. Place a water there. Okay. Alright. Alright. Place something on the top to make sure that we don't accidentally throw the shulkers beyond that. You can actually put that there too. So now you can just throw your empty shulkers into here, and they will drop down and cycle into there. From here, what we're gonna do... Actually, that might not work. Hold on. I just realized the flaw in my plan. We'll do this differently. Watch me cook. Watch me cook. Because the items need to hit the chest in order to be able to count as going sideways. This is fine. It's not like you need a big space to... It is going to be a little bit of a tight squeeze. Wait. Or do I want to just do the... Nah, it'll be fine. If you don't like this tight of a squeeze, you can obviously adjust as you need to. It doesn't really need to be this tight of a squeeze, but it just happens like this. So you're going to put... yeah, that's a really tight squeeze. If you get claustrophobic, don't do this. But, alright. So, that glow lichen will prevent the water from flowing. The items will flow into the chests. Should be fine. You can also have the outside here just be glow lichen too. Just depends on who you are. I would say not to though, just because you want to make sure the items can flow down without issues. So if I place water down, yeah, look at that. And if you want, you can just throw all your empty shulkers just down there and it'll work fine too. That's why when you're using these chests, you can just throw them in there. There's probably a million better ways to do this than how I'm doing it, but it'll be fun. Cool. And now that's good. We'll put a thing on top for good measure. Staircase. Alright, so now our redstone is set up. Let's make a staircase up and down. We'll use white concrete. Actually, wait, no, it's not set up. What am I saying? I still haven't figured out what I'm doing with this. So with this, what is it? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll do 7. The idea is we want to get back to that spot there. Okay. I do get this is a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm still figuring out how to design these things, so. The idea, though, is that we're just flowing back into the system. That way the shulker boxes can get reloaded infinitely, just like everything else. Cool. Alright, so now the items should flow in there. There should be no issues. Obviously, we gotta fill that in real quick. Cool. We'll, put a slab down. Just to make sure the items don't do anything funky. Alright, that should be fully done. Gonna make sure that all your water elevators have bubbles and that they're all moving around, but that should be everything. That um, took about an hour and 20 minutes to build each of the farms, like the bottom part, top part. Um, and then we'll do the redstone, and then we'll do the math for how everything works. Let's get that staircase built. So what you're going to want to do, grab some white concrete or building block of your choice. And then from this middle portion, go 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then build yourself a little platform to get up and down from. Or you can use ladders. Scaffolding, it's pretty laggy. You can, I'll do pale oak stairs. Going kind of like a black and white theme. Apart from the blue, obviously. So, but yeah, now you can go up and down. And you can see this beautiful, beautiful thing. So, I will turn on shaders in a minute to show what it looks like. Now, to make the redstone, we are gonna use a waxed copper bulb for our clock. We'll also use, yeah. So the clock for the top is going to be different than the clock for the bottom. Also, you can change where you want to go. The comparator needs to be in subtractor mode. Place a repeater. Place a redstone dust. Another redstone dust. Repeater. And then redstone. Make sure that this redstone dust is facing this comparator. When you click this button, it'll activate it. Simple. Let me unload this schematic because it doesn't need to be there. But anyways, turn that on. It'll do its thing. There are two things now. You can either do the redstone like this, where you have the observers detect the redstone, and then have. I probably would just do this. Do that. You will have to purl around just because how compact it is. But now, items should be crafting. What I would do if you want to create some headspace for you to get in and out of here in case you need to check stuff, just break a block and place some glow like in, but do it in a spot where the items aren't going to flow out, like right there. Just got to remember that you're probably going to end up picking up the items. Also remember that I have not introduced a spot to like AFK and throw in items. That's because that's up to you how you want to do it. You can, if you want to, what you can do is you could set up a spot like right here, for example, and just throw in the bones right here, and then they will cycle around, or you can set up some sort of AFK spot. Now, if you guys would like me to design something like that, I can do that, but right now I'm not going to. I'm gonna break that, because that should be fun. Do that. So you can go up and down. Alright. So now, if I turn this on, Wait, I might have actually screwed that away. Oh, it's not that. C. Mellow's silly. You gotta put the repeater before it. Okay. Now, remember, that's only the top. That's not even the sides. So I don't know how much bone meal that is. But now, what we can do for the sides... yeah. The one thing about this is that the observers will update. So if you don't want to do that, you can just... let me get rid of these. If you don't want them to be continuously updating, you can, believe it or not, actually use glass. And then have it be like that. And then have it drop back down. And you want to make sure you have a repeater before every observer, because the pulse line for redstone is 15 blocks. But I like to just make sure the signal strength is at maximum for every single one. Now, obviously, these things have been filled, and they're gonna, you know, like they still got tons of bones in them and whatnot. So now we need to make a similar system for the bottom. But for the bottom, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a separate clock. But I gotta think about this one. For the bottom, just contemplating right now how I want to do this. We're gonna do that. Yeah. Just to highlight it, we're gonna have the white concrete down here. We're gonna do the same clock, but with this one, we're gonna make it so that we can activate. So again, comparator, repeater, repeater, dust, dust, dust. For this one, it'll be fine if it does that. I think that, yep, you can see bones are getting crafted and getting shot at Mach 5. We're going to make a system where you can just activate this from the top. So what you want to do is place down 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I do it right. And then we can do a redstone bulb. Oh. That's exciting. Okay, that's actually pretty crucial. How should we fix this? Huh. Okay. Well, I'm glad we're doing testing right now. I guess what we can do for this, then... Because every one of those blocks is super important, right? Okay. Just those in for now. What you can do here, I guess, to make sure that doesn't happen, is... Thinking, okay. Let's block that off for a second. I think if I have it... Oh, this is gonna be messy. I think I've had this issue before, and I had a good fix, but I just don't remember what it was. Alright. So, glad I noticed that. Yeah. We'll test it again in a second, make sure it works. But this should work. Yep. Oh, that doesn't. Yeah, that works fine now. So, it needs to be constantly updating, right? So, oh yeah, I forgot. We need to have this one set. I mean, depending. If I do that, because oh yeah, because if Mello would use his brain, he could figure this out. But all you need to do, so yeah, okay, that's what I thought. If you actually don't really even need that many. If you just click that, so fight. Yep. Yep. What is an item that I could use? I feel like a lever here would probably be best. Cool. So with the lever, you can turn it on. It'll be off. You can turn it off, and it'll be on. So now you can activate both from either part. It looks like the bones are flowing in nicely. Now, that was only one portion, so now we just gotta hook up the rest of the redstone, which this will be really fun. Should flow up in there just fine. Do that. We're gonna get rid of that, put a repeater down here, put a solid block, because the repeaters need to go into a solid block, and then we'll go into there, on top of there, place all these down. Now these should all make solid blocks. Here again, if you want to be able to go down, you can place these. That might cause issues, actually. Might be fine. We'll see. We'll find out in a second. And then you want to go to the other side. Get that redstone placed down. And then have it repeat the same over here. Alright, now all that redstone should be hooked up. It should all be working now. So, if we watch from the top, probably should fill up our shulker loaders too, huh? Or what? 64. Oh, yeah. Let me find. Let me just put this right here. Let me put all that in there. See, if I was smart, I would have filled up all of the chests already, but yeah. Here, we're gonna sub command block. Why did my skin change? give myself a lever. Repeat. Give a mellow savvy shulker box. Let's do 5. Okay. Throw that out there. And now you can see this work. And we just throw for a while. It definitely isn't enough, but let's just check to make sure. Why are they all getting stuck right there? Bro, what is it with everything getting stuck in the weirdest spots today? Bro, what? Alright, bro. Okay. Nothing wants to work today. What the heck? Am I just bad at designing? Hello? Alright, here's what we're gonna do, because this is... Okay, this is bothering me. Water. Okay. We're gonna extend this up, because this thing is being a bot. So we'll do is we'll extend it up one, because that's really frustrating. And this should work. This shouldn't have any problems. And this is why you always extend things upwards instead of try to find shortcuts. Come on, Mellow. Silly guy. Alright, that should work now. There should be no issues. Let's try this one more time. Okay. Yep. Okay. See, you can see all the shulker boxes dropping. And you should see them starting to fly back up from the top in a second. I think. If I did it right. Where are they getting stuck now? Are they going up? Really? They're acting like they're getting stuck somewhere. Wait, what? Huh. Why am I surprised at how fast it's filling? Okay, well. Anyways, yeah, we'll sit here for a second. We can... I'm surprised at how fast those hoppers are intaking these shulkers. I did not think that normal, like, vanilla rates were this fast. But yeah, you can literally just sit here and throw in all of the shulkers that you need. And they'll cycle through and... Yep. Now you can see them starting to come in at the top. It does take a while to fill when you have so many shulker boxes. Okay. Should be enough. Cool. Yeah, now you can see they're all cycling through. Making sure every single chest is full. And if you're ever unsure, you can always... Well, I guess you can't really check at the top. But you can check your hoppers here, and you can see like they're all full. Once you have that figured out, then you can go up here, You can watch this beautiful thing. And now you can turn on your machine. So we'll do an official test run. I don't have a stopwatch right now. Right now this is on the fastest. For the top one, it's on the fastest it can be. For the bottom one, it's not as fast. Um, I am gonna put it at max output. But right now, if we check our shulker loaders, we shouldn't have any. Oh, it would also help. Oh, actually, no, these are empties. It would help if we would do this too. Let me make a system for this as well. Bam, ba, 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 ba. Wax copper bulb. For this, you could honestly just connect it up to this. It should work the same. Nothing should change. I thought about trying to make my own thing for this, but now you do need to remember that these will empty at the same whatever rate you have this set at. This clock right here is the rate at which these will drop. And that's not necessarily a problem, but you just got to remember that your output for shulker's drop needs to be equivalent to how many bone blocks you're getting per minute, if that makes sense. Alright, so we will turn this on. So right now, if we look, so these are all empties. All empties. Empty. All empties. So we can just throw these back into the system. Alright. Now, this is gonna get laggy. So right now, I'm running 96 FPS, or, well, averaging about 86 FPS. Turning this on will be really exciting. So we're gonna turn this one on first, and you can see, I mean, just look at that. I should, make some, I should just collect the, whatever it's called. But now, actually, wait, I should time this. Let me time this. I'm not gonna start the timer, so I'm gonna start that, and then 3, 2, 1. Started the clock for the bone blocks to see how many shulkers we get in 1 minute. Remember, the bottom is full. So I'm gonna stand up here, but then I'm gonna go down there in a moment just to show you guys how quickly your inventory fills up with just 32. Remember, this is mostly optimized, but it's not completely optimized. I'm sure there's a lot of things I can do to make this run better. As you can see that I'm averaging about like 43 FPS. And this isn't even with that many. We're almost 40 seconds. Dispenser failed. Yeah, the dispenser's failing already? Oh yeah, it's because the one's below. Okay, top one's still running, but let's see how many shulker boxes we got in 1 minute. Oh. It'll keep pressing? Did I miss something? Might be just because light die. Oh, I forgot to Holy crap, wait, that's a lot of white dye. Why am I getting so much white dye? I forgot to set up a filter for, hold on. This is actually like super crucial. If I'm getting that much white dye, I thought these things were full. I'm so confused. No white dye should be getting crafted. Oh, what? It's just because, like, does that even have an input going into it? I'm so confused. I think it's just because I have my, hold on. I don't think the ones on the side are running. Because I don't think it's actually receiving its output, which is why it's empty or full. Okay, that should fix it, I think. Okay, that should work. I love when things go wrong. Okay, down here we are gonna add hoppers, which all will contain white dye. Reason, well, not that much. The reason why I want to do this is because, as you can see, there's so much white dye that gets crafted, which there shouldn't even be close to that much. I don't know why so much was getting crafted. But those 4 hoppers should be enough. Are these unaffected too? Okay, yeah, that's... I love when things don't do what they're supposed to do. Anyhow, or just not knowing what I'm doing in general. Which is ironic, because I've built this design like 300 times. Anyhow, we're gonna clear out these shulkers real quick, and we're gonna try that again, because that was weird. Yeah. Yeah, empty shulker boxes, so we'll redo this one more time. Okay. Nope. Why is there... Oh my goodness, bro. Okay. Alright. Let's try this one more time. There should be no white dye. So we're gonna turn on this one. 3, 2, 1. Let me, oh. Now they're getting stuck. Why are they getting stuck? I think I just need to put the filter in a different spot. Because they're not supposed to be getting stuck. Okay. Okay, this is fascinating. Okay. Now that's time. Let me go into... Let's break this. Yeah, so, okay. We'll have to place the filter in another spot. But where does that... I don't want Break that. Okay. Yeah. I'm not. God. I love this feature in Minecraft. I have previously made it so that there's like actual filters, but I guess I want to see it up here, and then we'll check the results in a second. Right. Actually, do one there, and then do one there. Make sure that the hoppers aren't facing into each other, otherwise it'll just be pointless to have them down. Uh, it should flow fine still. I think. Trying to think, because I know these will get caught. I know they will. See, this is the fun part of trying to figure out how to do stuff for this game, because you gotta think about, oh, what's... Oh. Yeah. Okay, in a minute, what did I get? Still nothing? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, this one's just really slow, I guess. I mean, there's... I love in-game rates. Anyways, you get the idea. It actually goes by pretty fast. Um, you just gotta be patient for the most part. We'll do a little test run of this again. I want to make sure this will still. I want to make sure this system will work now. Are they still getting stuck? They are. Well, that's because I didn't fix that. Let me fix this real quick. So I think I can leave that there. Um, I did not mean to do that. Oh boy, oh boy. This is why you have good designs, Mellow. Okay. Um, but yeah, that should be fine there, bro. We cannot be serious with this one. But yeah, just having at least one there, I guess. Just to settle with one. Should be fine. I don't think anything got broken down there. Uh, don't need that. You can have it there if you want. Okay. Yeah, we'll just let it run for a minute now. Like we'll actually let it run instead of just let it run for like just 1 minute. I think everything should be flowing better now. Hopefully. So we activate that. All the bones. We'll watch the bones. Yeah, they shouldn't be getting stuck now. Okay, cool. If we go up here, if there's any white dye, we should see it get caught. Uh, we should not be seeing any white dye up here, but if we do, obviously we have the stuff to counter it. So Cool, it looks like it's working good. We'll turn this back on. See, I'm dropping a lot of frames. See, this isn't even that big. Like, this is, actually, how big is this? Let me get a stick. I think I'm not mean that right now. Like that. And then go over to this corner. That is laggy. Is that the precipice? Alright, I think that's the whole design. And remember, this is just one, like, you can, these are very easily expandable, very easily, why is, wow. There we go. Probably should be checking this redstone instead of just, like, cool. I've not been checking all the redstone, which is probably why it's so mid-tier. Okay. All the redstone is looking like it's working, so that is, oh, that's why it's dropping my frames so bad. Yeah. This should be able to be a lot easier to figure out. If you are having issues with bone dye, you can just decrease the rate at which they craft, because it looks like I am. That's a lot of bone dye, or whatever, white dye. Which is why I don't like running the thing at max speed. Yeah. Oh, that's actually really, why is that crafting so much? That's really exciting. Anyways, yeah, that's, huh. I've never had this many issues with, getting this much bone dye in my other versions, so I don't know why it's giving me so many issues now. It's, interesting. Yeah. Okay. Before my PC crashes, we need to turn this thing off. And then we'll just let the bottom one run for a while. But at least on vanilla, it's not gonna run the greatest. But on donutsmp, this does work pretty good. I'm gonna let this fill up for a minute, actually, because it's being problematic. Okay. We're gonna also area editor. So, oh, what should we call this? We'll call this 32 by 32 bone 32 crafter by 32 crafter bone block with farm with storage. I want to see the material list mostly. Okay, so schematic placements. Right, load schematic, auto crafting. Let's look at this material list. So actually, I just want to see. So, I mean, this one, it's not even that big. It's more just a lot of building because it's so small. But 14 by 18 by 31, that's not bad. I'm guessing that's 14 wide by 18 tall by 31 blocks long. Something like that. Material list. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, this is pretty simple. It's pretty slow, but this is not a incredibly long list. Obviously you can't get the command block on donutsmp. If you can, that's special. But yeah, you may need a better system for this white dye, but this should be fine. I've never had it, like I said, I've never had issues with my testing, and getting this much white dye. There should be no reason for it to be producing this much white dye. When I make a bigger version, I will make a better item filter so that this doesn't maintain as an issue. Because this is actually quite frustrating. But yeah, dude, as soon as bro, that's crazy. 70 FPS, 20 FPS. Like, hardly is siphoning through. I don't get it. Low key could have just built this on Donut SMP, would have been fine, but I don't know. I might build this on Donut SMP still, but this just takes forever to build. So, but yeah, we built it in like an hour and 20 minutes or an hour 40 minutes or so, and see what we got right now. Why are they all? Am I still having issues in my shell router? Nah, it's just okay. Maybe you don't need 8 shulker loaders then. I like to have extra shulker loaders, but anyhow. Trying to use a farm on a vanilla world when it's designed for a server that runs on a different type of uh system is kind of buns low key. But you guys get the idea. So, and I just wanted to show you guys this that thanks to those of you who have watched. Um, Probably play something else, but I don't know yet. So, low key, right? Do I show it? I love ping. Alright, let me wait, I already have an chest. Put those away. But um I don't actually wait. I forget where my TP goes. That should be fine. Cool. This one still appears to be in working order. This one works a lot better. This is my design as well. I actually gave this base to someone else, so someone else is actually using it right now, I believe. Um, that's, huh? That, this doesn't do anything. I don't know why he did this. Does he not? Wait, huh? Okay. So, hold on. I need a block there. I'll replace all these in a second. Uh, but the idea with this, like, they should not. Ugh, see what I mean? It's like so laggy. Like, I don't get why donutsmp expects us to play this, and it's like this stinking laggy. Like, I must be crazy or something. Cause like, what? And where's the? Okay, there we go. Here, let me. Yeah, I designed this, and then I gave it to someone. He was just asking for some help fixing it. Oh my goodness. It's got a lot of empty shulkers in there. He said he was having some issues with just getting it to work properly, which I guess makes sense, because I could clearly see that he needs to have it running too, which I noticed he hasn't had it running. But yeah, the easiest way you want to fix this, so you want to have your comparators, which are just in comparator mode. Do I need to crouch, bro? Donut, you need to fix your game, bro. This is actually just beyond silly. Because, like, bro, why are people wanting the dragon egg so bad? Dragon egg is just gone, bro. Comparators need to do. This is why I hate this server's anti-cheat system. You cannot be telling me that you're this down bad, bro. Like, I can barely even move. Hold on. Alright. Now I place down empty shulkers. Assuming I can even get over there. Crouch. I should, there's actually put in too many shulker loaders for this side as well. Um, like there doesn't need to be 16 shulker loaders, but I just put down 16 because, uh, why not? Yeah, like the dude, we cannot be serious with this. Like this, why am I glitching so bad trying to get into that? Like, donut, bro. Fix your fix your game, bro. Um, I don't even know if I have any phones, but does he have any in the system? And the entity is just why is this? Oh, forgot to change texture packs. Whoops. It's fine. Um, this base kind of has a similar design, but the this causes a lot of lag. Doesn't look like he has any bones in there. If we go to the top, I'm assuming there's, yeah. Like, it's just, this is so annoying, dude. Like, I don't get why it's not loading in. Every time I've come up here, I think the base has been griefed. But yeah, this can handle a couple million bones, and I'm super good. I think I've shown it on stream before, but it just intakes a lot. And there's a similar design in the back over here for shulker. Like all your empty shulkers just go in here, and yeah, it's pretty simple. So okay, we'll just I guess